Good morning and welcome to the MAC weather page for this Friday, June 10th. And you can see out there this morning a nice start to the day. We're going to have a chance of thunderstorms right on through the middle part of next week. The only day right now that looks pretty certain that will be dry is Sunday, when we expect a lot of sunshine and behind the cool front dry air moving in with 70s. Other than that, looks like we're going to warm up into the 80s for much of the period coming up right on through much of next week. So a more warm pattern certainly developing. In fact, today will be in the 80s. The humidity will be on the increase a little bit, but tomorrow looks like it's going to be a real muggy day with temperatures in the mid 80s if you believe the GFS, to the low 90s if you believe the European model. I think we'll have a chance of cracking 90 degrees at perhaps several locations, but we'll just have to wait and see how much cloud cover versus how much sun we get. The more sun we get, I think the better chance we will hit that 90 degree, and that'll also increase our chances for severe storms as well. If we look across the MAC area this morning, about 5 to 8 degrees warmer than yesterday. Temperatures mainly in the mid 50s to the low 60s across the area. A little cooler over in the Thumb and over in Newaygo. And if we look at the next shot, you can see across the Great Lakes mainly 50s and 40s to the north. And if we look at our normal highs, our normal high today is 78, the normal is 53. And yesterday we had a high of 75, a low of 48 with no precipitation. If we look at the next shot, this is some Cadillac this morning, a nice sunrise there, and then we swing over to Brown City. Again, looks like a nice start to the day. As the afternoon increases, our chances of storms will increase. But again, I think the best shot of thunderstorms is going to be for very late tonight across the central and northern portions of the area. We've got a big MCS complex that is expected to develop across Minnesota, Wisconsin, and then drop southeast along the curvature of that warm front. And again, right now, I think the best MAC location chances will be for Newaygo, Middleton, Breckenridge, or towards Marlette. And again, it's going to depend on whether that complex can survive the trip across the cold Lake Michigan. And again, it looks like the best time period would be for very late tonight into the early morning hours on Saturday. There is a better chance for some thunderstorms this morning across far southwestern lower Michigan, but that doesn't look to be nearly as great. And again, then Sunday looks dry, and then we'll have more storms on a scattered basis moving for next week. A pretty good chance of showers and thunderstorms as we get to midweek, as the big upper low will move from the plains into the Great Lakes area. So there are several chances to get rain. Certainly here in mid-Michigan, we can use it. If we look at the next screenshot, you can see some of the soil conditions out there this morning. Again, temperatures will begin to rebound at the different levels. And you can see Breckenridge 26 days now with only 0.59 of an inch. We really need the rain, and I think we're going to get some here over the next 5 days. If we look at the growing degree day accumulations across the area, and then we can take a look at that in graphical format. All these reports will be on the internet today on our site. And you can see we've had a pretty nice jump here over the last 2 weeks as far as growing degree day accumulations across the different regions. If we look at the 4 different areas and how we compare to previous years, you can see at Blissfield, not too bad a shape. Again, growing degree days shouldn't be an issue at any of our branches this summer. Again, it'll be all about getting timely rain, as we have a little bit of an enhanced chance of periods of dry weather coming up. If we look at Breckenridge, you can see not too bad a shape there. And in good shape is Brown City and as well as Newaygo. If we look at the next shot, you can see the 20-year historical growing degree day accumulations and how we stand here in Breckenridge. You can see right about in the middle of the pack and right along last year as well. If we look at the forecast map this morning, you can see low pressure near the South Dakota-Nebraska border is going to be moving off to the northeast towards Sault Ste. Marie, and it's going to drag this front north as a warm front, and it's going to touch off a chance of strong to severe storms just to the north of that front. And by Saturday, as that front lifts to the north, as the low pressure system moves northeast, we'll be in a pretty good spot for strong to perhaps severe storms, I think, especially for later in the afternoon during the peak heating times. And as we get into Saturday night, as that front begins to approach the area, you can see the southern third of lower Michigan is the most likely area for those storms. But I think anyone within this warm sector certainly will want to keep an eye out. The more sunshine we get during the morning and early afternoon hours, the better chance we have of increasing instability. And again, with temperatures climbing perhaps to 90 degrees in some areas. If we look at Sunday morning, that front will sink to the south. Cooler, drier air will move in. Will become mostly sunny. After some morning showers across the eastern lakes, they'll move out. And I think our highs will be in the upper 70s to around 80, but it'll feel more comfortable out there with drier dew points. And then the next system will begin to move this way towards Monday, and that'll bring us another chance of scattered thunderstorms as that warm air tries to return again. You can see over the next 7 days appreciable precipitation all the way from the Gulf to the Great Lakes back into the Corn Belt, as we have a pretty active weather pattern. As far as severe weather from the Storm Prediction Center, you can see today the greatest risk is off to our northwest. And then as we get into Saturday, across southern Great Lakes all the way into the mid-Atlantic states. Thanks for stopping by and have a great day, a great weekend, and 73s to all.